Very good morning to all of you guys. Great. So I welcome you all. I'm Surbhi Sharma from Thornton. I work here as a consultant, and I extend a warm welcome to each one of you to the Power BI Masterclass by Thornton, Bharat. As you all must be knowing, that in today's world, the sheer volume of data that is generated by us as individuals or by companies, there is there's a dearth of tool wherein we can use some exceptional tools for getting the entire data collated, cleaned, and visualized in a pretty much better way. So here we have Microsoft Power BI as the tool. So to meet this need of data handling and data management, except the data management thing, the tool which we will be using today is Power BI, right? So this masterclass is going to be a deep dive into the key concepts of Power BI. We would begin with the basics of Power BI, followed by a case study in which we would create a dynamic dashboard solving a real life case study here. And in this, we would also be providing you the further aspects in terms of how to utilize the slicers, filters, KPIs, and how you can, empower yourself in Power BI training with LearninGT. So now let me introduce you to the esteemed speakers of the session who would walk you through the key theoretical and practical concepts of Power BI. So we have Mr. Pradeep Pandey sir with us.
Very good morning.
Mr. Pradeep is working as a director at Thornton. He holds more than 15 years of experience in sales and marketing across domains. He leads marketing and strategic initiatives here at LearninGT. He has done his PGC in sales and marketing from Accelerate Jamshedpur. And being an active speaker, he has delivered various counseling sessions across different universities in India, promoting entrepreneurship among students. Such a great initiative. And he has profound expertise in social media marketing with diverse experience in industries like BSFI, education, and consulting industry. And now moving further, we have our Power BI expert today for the session, Mr. Sumit Kaushik. He's working as a manager in Thornton, Bharat, and as an senior subject matter expert. He holds more than 13 years of dynamic experience as a data engineer, data scientist, and as an academician. Having done his master's in finance and MIS from State University of New York, he has conducted various lectures for international students on business statistics, machine learning, and predictive modeling. He has high proficiency in data science technologies and has demonstrated success in implementing strategies for blockchain solutions and various other projects for clients. So we welcome you to accelerate your learning with LearninGT. So what's LearninGT? We are the upskilling arm of Thornton Bharat. We have got more than 18,000 professionals trained. Our students give us a rating of 4.5 out of 5. And we have more than 30 plus certification courses in not only in finance, accounts, analytics, cybersecurity, and compliance. And as you must all be knowing, Thornton Bharat itself as a firm has more than 7.2 billion revenue in US dollars with more than 750 offices across locations and 68,000 people workforce. So here we welcome you to this masterclass of Power BI to accelerate your career growth with Thornton. And yes, don't forget, we'll reward you with a certificate of participation. Do share your certificates on LinkedIn and don't forget to tag Thornton Bharat in the same. But mind this is only for those who completely attend the 3-hour masterclass of Power BI with us. Now I would request, I'd like to share this opportunity and further accelerate this to Mr. Sumit Kaushik, the trainer for the day.
Hi guys, Sumit this side. Thanks Ruby, thanks for a lovely introduction.
Thank you, sir.
So guys, Power BI, it's more of a, what is Power BI? I think we started with Excel few years back. It's been like more than 20 years now. We started with Excel. A lot of people are still familiar with Excel. They do use Excel for the daily use today as well, right? But the things have changed, world has changed. They have moved from Excel to business intelligence tools. We had like MicroStrategy, IBM Cognos, which started all those things. It actually, now we have moved to data visualization tool, which are much more efficient, much more, I would say, visually appealing to the users nowadays. And the movement which we had in the last more than 20 years is basically like it's quite significant, if you say. And now we are moving to something like Gen AI in the future, which is going to be much more revolutionary for us. So Power BI, what we're going to do today is basically I'm going to go through what is Power BI, what is architecture, what is its process flow, how it is different from Excel and all those things. And then we're going to do a case study on a fictional Apex Bank data to understand customer churn analysis. So next slide, Surbhi. Can we go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is Power BI? Power BI is basically, it's a collection of software services, apps, and connectors that work together to turn your unrelated sources of data into coherent, visually immersive, and interactive insights. So basically what happens is we have a lot of data available now. Nowadays, we have like in cloud, we have in our on-premises data, we have files from different regions, and enormous data is coming up, right? It's structured in non-structured way. So what we do is basically Power BI is a collection of software services. We have cloud services also. We have apps also available. So it's a collection of all those things which help us in getting some meaning out of the data which we have, right? If we look at the raw data, we don't get anything out of it, right? But what we want some insight so that we can take some action on top of it, right? If there's a problem, something of that sort. So what we do is we actually need to visualize it. And how do we visualize it? We actually use the data visualization tools like Power BI, where we have the visualizations and graphs and everything, which gives us insights in less than 1 minute or 2 minutes, because by looking at the raw data, we don't get insights so easily, right? So it's basically better to visualize it with the proper graphs. Like you see in the slide, you can see how many parents are there, stats and everything, highest childcare provider states. You can easily count out which are the state which has the highest childcare provider states, right? And you can always find out which are the number of states, how many number of states are there, how many unmarried parents are there, how many foster parents are there. You can look at the data, you can easily get the information, you get the insights, and where the problem area is, you can take action accordingly. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. So Power BI consists of many elements, okay, that work together. There are a lot of parts, but the basics ones are the three ones, which are like the basic Power BI desktop, where we actually develop the applications, we develop the visualization reports and everything, right? By cleaning our data, by transforming our data, and then we load our data. Then we actually create different visualizations using filters and everything, right? It's basically used by developers to create visualization and reports in there, right? So that can be published to Power BI service. Power BI service is a cloud service provided by the Power BI, where we actually publish our reports, share with different users. We can provide security in there, or Power BI services can be directly linked to the your data sources. You don't have to go directly to Power BI desktop also. Can you go back a little bit? Sorry, yeah. Go back. Not forward. Go back. Yeah. So Power BI services, you can always use. Business users, what they do is they are not dependent on your developers only to create their desktop application and publish it to the Power BI services. They can do it directly as well. They can have it linked together with the Power BI services. They can create their own dashboards in there, reports in there. But the thing is, the functionalities is limited in Power BI services, what we have in desktop application. Okay. But you can do that. Business users have the flexibility to create their own, which is not available in Excel also, right? They can refresh, they can automate your reports also in Power BI services. You can put a trigger in there. While you're sleeping, you can actually put a trigger, a job there, so that they can refresh it. By the time you actually reach your office, the applications are refreshed and ready to view and everything, right? Then we have your mobiles and everything, right? Your Power BI mobile. So what happens once it's published and everything, you can actually link it to the mobile services, Android and iOS and everything, and you can actually publish those reports and directly see your reports on the go while you're traveling to some other state or something. So you don't have to worry about those things, right? You can always check your mobiles and you can get the reports, right? For the meetings and everything. Okay. Then we have data versus dashboard. So you can see that we have Excel, and you can see the data in here, right? You can't get any insight from the data in from here, right? It's look like boring. You can't get what is actually happening in here. But when you actually put it in a visualization like tools like Power BI, or you will see how it's actually giving you much more insights, that how much sales we have done by customers, which customers are there who actually done the maximum number of sales, and what are the quarterly sales we have. So all those informations, you can always get more insights by doing the visualization rather than just simply putting the data in your Excel sheet or from some data sources. Okay. Now, what is the role of Power BI in your business intelligence? The role of Power BI is basically, if you have actually seen how the oil is getting, we find the deposits and everything, right? That's how we find the data also. We find the data, and what we do is we actually put in a containers and everything oil, right? That's how we put the information, like how we define the deposit, then we put the oil in a containers, then we refine it. And once it's refined, we use it to take action. Action is what? Basically, you run your car on the oils and everything. That's how data is also. Data, you find the raw data, you get the information from it, you clean your data, you transform your data, you understand now once it's clean and everything, then you try to get the information out of it. How you do get the information out of it? You actually create visualization of it. You get the insights, like knowledge out of it, that what my data is telling me, what action I need to take after that. If there's a problem area, if my product is not selling, what is the reason for that, right? If I'm losing my customers, what is the reason for that? Is it like I'm not giving them much offers or something of that sort? Is there some other reason? So accordingly, as per the reason, everything I take. So this is how the complete chain works. Okay. This is the process flow. What we do is basically we actually prepare the data, we clean up our data and everything, right? Then we have extract. We extract the information, extract the data, we transform it, because raw data is of no use, right? So what we do need to do is we need to get it, we need to transform it, we need to make changes also. Like give an example, like date is in different format or something, but if we want in some other format, right? European and Indian form. So we need to transform that date, right? I just give you an example. That's how different columns are there, different data is there, which we need to transform before we actually load into our data warehouse. Data warehouse is what? It's your OLAP, basically your online analytical processing database, right? What we are getting in the before transformation is basically online transaction processing, OLTP we call it. Okay. So once we have data in the data warehousing, which is clean and transformed, what we do is we actually get it in our data visualization application. We load that application. We create the visualization on top of it. And once we have the visualization in everything in place, we publish it to the users so that they can actually look at the visualizations, get some insights, find the problem areas, and take action accordingly. That's how the whole process goes for this thing, business intelligence tools and Power BI. Now, what is the architecture of it? This is how the architecture is basically. That there are hundreds and there are, I think, more than 170. There are around 170, more than 170 connectors which are available, right, for the data sources and everything. Right? What we do is basically we have, I will show you around that how many connectors we have to connect to different data sources and everything. What we do is we connect it to the Power BI desktop. We load the data. And once we do load the data, we clean the data and everything. We can also clean the data and transform data in Power BI desktop. Okay. We can do it beforehand also in data warehousing, before and after that also. So it's not necessary that you have to do it beforehand, but it all depends on how much transformation is you are willing to do it. Because sometimes what happens is if you do a lot of transformations in your Power BI desktop, it actually creates a lot of load. It put a lot of load on your application, which actually takes a lot of time to load also. So sometimes what we do is we actually do it beforehand, all the transformation. If there are minor transformation, we can do it Power BI so that it doesn't impact our application functionality or performance. Okay. So once we connect to the Power BI desktop, we load the data. What we do is we actually create the visualization. Once we have the reports ready and everything, we publish it to the Power BI services. Now, if you can see, there's an arrow which is showing us that the 100 data sources are connecting with Power BI desktop also and connecting with the Power BI services. As I mentioned earlier, that sources can be connected to Power BI services directly also for the business users, because they can create their own report and dashboards, but with minimum functionality. There is some functionality which lacks if you compare it to your Power BI desktop. So both the ways you can actually create your reports and dashboards. Right? Then we have Power BI Gateway. Power BI Gateway is used to connect your on-premises data. On-premises data is basically your confidential data which we have. We don't put it on cloud and all those things. Sometimes companies, they want to keep it on your Power BI Gateway, in their on-premises data. So to access it, we need Power BI gateways to access that particular data, which is we have on the confidential data on the on-premises data. Once we have that is connected with the Power BI services, Power BI services, it helps us in giving access to users using their mobile numbers, something. That's why we're showing that Power BI services is giving access to mobiles, laptops, and everything to see the reports and everything. We can put security also in place so that the region-specific people look at their own data rather than the complete data is visible to all the regions. So we can always put the security in place as well. We can actually separate the data, fit the data as per the regions and everything. Okay. Next. Any queries? So guys, Power BI stand out in the way because it has a complete ecosystem. If you look at the micros, in W, Power BI is part of the Microsoft. Now, there's a question which has been asked me, what is a Tableau and all other, there are other tools as well. What is different from Power BI? Microsoft actually provides a complete ecosystem. We have cloud, Azure cloud is there, Power BI is there. Power BI has many visualization and it's around multiple visualization is out there. You can actually download them. A lot of people are working on creating those visualization and everything, right? Other than that, we are having now it's going to come up with a Copilot. It's going to come up with a Copilot where we actually have generative in place where users, we need to train them for the prompts and everything. We can write down the prompts for the analysis and everything, and users can use that directly and type their questions, what the kind of analysis they want to see, and the Copilot that will create the reports with the visualization in the Power BI right away without any assistance, right? So these are the things in there. Then we have.
Sumit, there are certain questions which has come up. Someone is asking, is internet required while working with Power BI or it can be used offline?
The Power BI desktop can be used without internet also. It's not an issue for the Power BI desktop. You can actually use without it because for Power BI services to connect with that, with the cloud services, that you have to use the internet because connecting with Power BI services requires internet. But Power BI desktop, you can actually create the application and everything on the Power BI desktop without any system.
And when you ask question, Sumit, how can a beginner get to start the usage of Power BI and how can it be more effective?
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do today with you because it's a zero. We're going to start from the zero scratch only. And I'm going to tell you the basics of, starting from how to load the data, how to clean and transform. I will show you the basics and everything, how to do that, and how to load it, and how to create the basic visualization so that you have a little bit of a grasp of knowledge how things work in Power BI, right? And then if you like and all those things, then we can actually take it further. We have maybe Pradeep can take you further. How can actually get more knowledge on top of it, Power BI with taking your classes and everything that will help you out, in further improving your knowledge on Power BI. But today we're going to do from the scratch. That's the reason we kept this masterclass to get you on board and get you, to see how things work with the zero knowledge as well. You can actually get this thing done. So guys, this is a case study which is part of Apex Bank. It's a bank, but what we're trying to achieve is basically it's a multinational bank. The services they provide is basically retail banking, online banking, credit and debit cards, loan and mortgages, investment services. Then they have a diverse background, a diverse customer base. They're ranging from young adults to retirees. They have a quite good market position in the market, but they're facing stiff competition as of now. The challenges they're facing is basically that they have noticed an increasing trend in customer churn. Customer churn, if I'm telling you, is churn is basically the rate at which customers are leaving your organization. So basically, churn rate, how to find the churn rate? Basically, the customers lost and the total number of customers. How do you do it? Total number of customers at the beginning of a month. If I say today is February and the 1st of February, I had like 250 customers with me. That is total number of customers I had at the beginning of the month. And if I lose 50 customers at the end of the month by 28th of February or 29th of February, then my churn rate will be 50 divided by 250, which is going to be around 20%. Okay, so I lost around 20% of our customer. That's my churn rate is going to. Okay, give you a clear idea. So that's how they have quite a high customer churn, especially among digital banking users. This churn not only impacts revenue, but also affects the bank's reputation in highly competitive market. So what our objective is basically to identify the key factors which are contributing to this customer churn and what action we can take to resolve those things. So key metrics are basically your measures and KPIs, we always call them, okay? And the trends to analyze. So what we're trying to achieve, we want to say is basically demographic analysis. Demographic, you know, it's an age, gender, location. These are part of the demographic part. So we want to analyze it churn rate by age, gender, and location. Is it by, you know, by male and female, age? What age range has the highest churn rate, or male or female in, between male and female, who has the highest churn rate, or location? Is there any location specific to that? Then we have product usage analysis. Do we have a relationship between the products or the churn rate? Is there any specific product which is actually responsible for more churn rate because we are not giving the right product with them, or they're not able to use that product properly? So that kind of a thing also. Then we have balance and tenure analysis. Balance is basically your account balance, and your tenure is how long you have been associated with our bank. So is that impact also, do we have like that kind of a scenario where people who have actually been with us for 6 months or maybe 10 years, they're leaving it faster? Or maybe some other, account balances. Sometimes what happens is people who have a lot of money in their account, they keep on moving, to other banks because they offer much more higher rates or some other offers, right? You might have seen credit cards also, right? You have a limit, higher limit, you move from one bank to another bank, you actually get higher, better offers. So the people who have higher flexibility, they can actually move from one bank to another bank. So that kind of a thing you can also look at. And we have activity status. Activity status is like basically active or inactive. Because some people, they just leave their bank, money in their bank and just go off the radar. They don't look at their amount, how much they have actually left in there. They don't do any transactions, anything of that sort. So that is kind of inactive status. Active is basically they do the transactions in between monthly or 2 months in once in 2 months, something like that. So that's kind of an active customers. Okay. Now we want to try to expected insights. The analysis aims to uncover patterns such as high churn rates in certain age group, the influence of account features on account. Is there any influence of balance account on the churn rate, or what is the effectiveness of customer engagement strategy? These are the things which are going to look at the dashboards and everything, right? Now, actionable strategies, looking at what we're going to create as of now. Apex Banks, what they do is the business users going to look at the visualization. They will take the insights, and then they will see the problem area, and accordingly they will take the action accordingly after that where the problem area is, basically, right? Okay, this is what we are going to create, guys. This is how we are going to try to create this kind of a customer churn analysis dashboard. And then we have a file with us, which is going to be shared by Ashmit. Ashmit is going to share a file with you. You need to download that file. Please download this file, guys. Just let me know if you can see my screen very well.
Yes, sir, definitely. We can see your screen now.
Okay. So I'm opening the Power BI desktop. This is how it's going to open. The very first slide. The first UI is going to be open with this thing. Okay, you will see a green Power BI desktop. It's going to show this way. You can close this. Okay. And then you will see the UI of Power BI like this. Okay. Now what we will do is we will go to get data. Okay. If you have an Excel workbook, if it's being downloaded as an Excel workbook, you have to click on this Excel workbook. Okay. Once you go into this, it will ask you to actually click your file in there. Mine is a CSV file, but you can select the file which has just now been downloaded to you. Just select that file and click open. Okay. What I'm going to do is basically, if you look at the screen, these are all the connectors to connect to the data sources, right? If you click on more, you have many data connectors in here. If you see files, then databases, Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, these are all the connectors which you need to connect to your data sources. Okay. But right now what we're doing is we're working with the XLS file and CSV file. So I'm going to do that only. So I'm selecting the CSV file because I have CSV file. The same file I have in CSV. You guys have in XLS, so you have to select the Excel workbook now. When I select it and click open, it will open like this. Okay. Can you see, guys? This is the screen, right? Okay. So now what the data which we have is basically your Western European data. Like you can see from it's like France, Spain, and Germany. These are the countries for data we have. So that's the reason it's showing us file origin is a Western European country. Then it's a comma delimited file for me. So it will show me as comma delimited file. Okay. And then it is showing me the preview. Preview is only 200 rows, right? So data, I have around 10,000 rows. Let me show the data also once. I want to give you a brief. What is data we have is basically for the bank. If you can just look at it, we have customer ID in here. We have credit score. Credit score, you know very well. Credit score is required nowadays for actually depending on your loan. If you want to buy, take a loan from a bank or something, the credit history is very much need to be maintained. Then we have countries. Countries we have like France, Spain, and Germany in place. Then we have gender, female and male, age of the people. Then we have tenure, how long they have been associated with the bank, or if they have already left the bank, then how long they were associated with the bank. So both the things, right? Okay. Then we have balance. Balance is your account balance. Product number, we have multiple products which we have in the bank. So we have around 4 products in here. Multiple products are there. So which product they were associated with, that information we have in here. Then we have credit card. Are they a user? They own credit card or not? 1 is basically owned and 0 is not owned. Then we have active member. As I stated earlier, active member, 1 is basically active and 0 is basically inactive. Then we have estimated salary, estimated annual salary of that customer. And then we have churn. Churn is basically, 1 is basically churned and 0 is not churned. Churned is basically they have left the bank already. So that is what 1 is, churned. Okay. So that data we have on this data, we are going to do the analysis and we're going to create a dashboard on top. So now here, let's coming back to this particular place where we were earlier. So now we see the data. We have actually going to see the preview of 200 rows only, first of all. And if you see below, we have load and transform data option. Load is basically if you don't have to clean your data, transform your data. If you've already done your data cleaning beforehand in your data warehousing, before actually putting data warehousing, you don't need to do it again in the Power BI. You can keep it as it is. You can load your data and you start working on your visualization. But in case you want to do the cleaning and transformation, that's what we want to do also. We want to show you some basics, how we actually do the transform the data and clean the data. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the transform data here. Okay, now, so what we need to do is we need to go to transform data because we have to clean and transform our data. So we will click on this transform data. And now what it will open is, it will open your Power Query. Power Query is a place where you actually clean and transform your data, okay? If you just move it here, you will see the Power BI desktop is behind it and Power Query editor is on the front, right? So I'm just going to maximize the size, length and everything. I hope you have reached this place, guys. Now what we need to do is basically we need to change the name of the file. It's a table here. So we need to change the name of the table, which is customer data. I'm going to enter it. If you see, that's being done. Customer data is being done. Right? Now, once it's done, we have everything in place. What we'll do is we are actually going to change the name of it because we can't use the names from the files directly in the application. So we need to give them a much more better name or something also, right? So what we do is we're going to change its name. We're going to double click it and then we're going to change the name of it. Okay. Customer ID, double click it, then credit score, enter, double click it, country, capital, then gender, age, double click it, tenure, or you can, what you can do is you can actually right click it and rename it also. There's a way to do that also. Rename it and then you can change it. Double click it or use the renaming. Then we have balance. Products, we can just call it products. Then we have credit card. Let's call it status, credit card status. Active member, let's call it activity status.
So participants are asking ki why are we changing the names?
Guys, what we do is, see, when the reason we are changing the name is basically when you're going to create the visualization and everything, we don't need to keep changing for each and every visualization. If we keep the name, if we keep the name of the columns which we want to use it in the application or the dashboard and everything, we don't need to change it each and every time we're going to create the graphs and visualization in there. So it's better to actually keep the names of the columns as per the requirement where we're going to do it. I'm going to tell you, when I'm going to create the application, everything, you will see that when we're going to provide, we're going to create the graphs and everything, the column names are going to come, what you're going to is in the right way, right? Okay. So the reason I'm going to do it, as of now, just do it. Once I'm going to create a visualization, everything, you will understand that what I actually did, well, there was a further reason for that. Okay. As of now, just do it. What I'm doing it as of now, cleaning and everything, you will get to understand the reason for it afterwards when we're going to create the visualization and task. Okay. Activity status. Okay. Estimated salary, we don't require it. So we can just remove it from here. What we can do is we can actually click on it, select it from the top, and just say remove. Okay. We removed it. And then we have churn. We can just type it churn status. Okay. Now this is done. We need to check the data type also. Data type is basically, is it a numeric value? Is it a decimal value, float value, or is it a text value? So customer ID, you will see it's a whole number value. So 1, 2, 3 is fine. Credit score is also 1, 2, 3. It's absolutely fine. Country, gender, these are in text only. That's absolutely fine. Then we have age, whole number, good. Tenure is also whole number. Then we have balance, right? In here, if you want to change something, just give you a brief. It's a change type. If you right click on this particular thing, you will see that is a change type, which is a change data type in here. You go there, it's a decimal number. Let's put it to fixed decimal number. Okay. Now we have products. Products we have as a whole number only because we have 4 values in here. Credit card status, this is a whole number 1 and 0 value. Activity status is also whole number and churn status is also whole number. So we have data types defined properly. If we want to change, the thing is Power BI automatically detects the data type. But in case you want to change anything, you can always go back. You can always click right click on it and just go to the change type and do the change as per your requirement. Okay. Once we have it in place, guys, let's do another thing. These numbers 1010 doesn't make any sense to us, right? So what we can do is we can actually just change it to a proper, some more better information. What we can do is, let's like products 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't give any information to us. So what we can do is we can click on it. We can select the products. We can go to, okay. We can go to products. Then in the add column, if you go to add column, we can go for column from examples. When we click on it, what it will do is it will create a column for me. Okay. What I'm going to do is now I have to type prod 1. Okay. Now I have to enter it. So what it will take is, as I created this column on top of the products, it will take all the things automatically from this thing. You just put prod in front of product 1, product 2, product 3, and product 4. So if you can see, now we have everything in place. We just need to type the first one and put enter, and it will take it automatically because we have created on top of the products in here. Now I have to change the name of this column. So what we can say is product only. I've changed the name. This is done. And now I'm going to say, okay, in here. So now we have a new column in here, which is product. Now I don't need this particular column as of now. So what I can do is I can remove it. I can go right click on it and I will just remove it from this. Okay.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Just can you recapitulate once what you did with the product column?
Yeah. Okay. So see, this is a applied steps. Whatever I have applied, if I want to go back, I can just remove that thing. I just know what it is. When I removed it, right? If I want to go back, I can just click here. My products column will again come back. So this is the products. Now in products, I went to add column, column from examples. I clicked on it. Okay. And then my new column got added in this table. Okay. I went to the first row. I just typed prod1 and put enter in there, and it took all the values from products 2 in this particular column, which is prod1, prod2, and prod3, and prod4. Okay. Then I went back and changed the name of the column. I double click on it. It is right now showing as merged. But when I double click on it, it will ask me to rename it, which I did by putting the value, which is product in here. Okay. And then there will be a 2 tabs button you will see above it, cancel or OK. You have to click on the OK in there. Once you click on OK, this column will get added in there. Okay. Once this is done, you have to remove this particular column because we don't need it for the visualization. So you can right click on it and just remove it. Okay. Okay. Now what we need to do is, this is the one method. What is the other method? If you want to see, like here, now here what we can do is credit card status, right? So credit card status, I can right click on it. And I want to show credit card status as owned and not owned. So what I will do is, I will right click on it. I will first change its value to, change type to text, because I want the values in text. So what I will do is, I will go in here, change type, and I will click on text. Okay. Then I will again go back on it, and then we are going to replace the values. If you see, right click on it, you will see there the option which is replace values. You can click on it and change the values in here. What value you want to use? 1, and you will replace it with owned. And then you will click OK. Then again, you will go back, replace values. This time we will do it for 0. And that will be not owned. Is it done, guys? Okay. Now let's go to activity status. Now we want active and inactive. Okay. We will do the same thing which we did for credit card status. It's just that instead of owned and not owned, we are going to write active and inactive. So what we will do is right click on it. Again, change type to text. Then again, right click on it. Replace values. 1 is what? Active. And 0 is inactive.
So Harmeet is asking, what is data type set for balance?
Balance is a fixed decimal number.
And is it necessary to save after every change that we make in the Power BI dashboard? Like, sorry, the one that we are doing the process.
No, there's no need to actually save it. We are just doing it. I'm not saving anything, right? It's just getting saved by itself only, right? Because these are the steps which are actually getting applied in here, right? So once we're done with all the steps and everything, we need to just close and apply it. It will actually retrieve, and I will show it to you. As of now, what I'm doing is just have a look at it. You don't need to save it each and every time. You can do it afterwards, maybe like 3-4 steps. You can do that. After that, you can save it as per your convenience. Okay.
And so Palkit has asked, why are we changing the data type to text before replacing?
Because this is a text value, right, in place. Because earlier we had whole number 1 and 0 value. As of now, we are going to put it in the text format. So we just change it beforehand so that we have the values in place right away, active and inactive in there. Because we're changing it to text values, right? So that's the reason we wanted to change it to text first before we actually move it to active and inactive. When we change the values of 1 and 0. Okay. So now, if it's done, guys, let's come to your churn status. Churn status, same thing, please do it. We will do churned and not churned. So I'm going to change it to text first. Then right click again, replace value 1 to churn. Replace values 0 to not churned. Now it is more meaningful if you look at it, right? Credit card status owned and not owned, activity status active and inactive, churned status churned and not churned. Because earlier it was 1010 was not giving you any information, right? There was more of a flags and everything. Now it is more meaningful information, right? Okay, if it's done, good. Okay, now let's go to another thing. If you look at the age, right? See, guys, if you go to view, there's an option which is column profile. Just select on that. Okay, click on it. Look at it. So what it is, it gives you the stats for that column and everything. Okay, now what values is giving me is basically it's count. There are thousands of values in here, different values, in which we have 60 distinct value, 8 unique values. Maximum is 82 age and minimum age is 18. Okay, what is distinct and unique? Distinct and unique, I'll give you an example. Like, let's say we have 5 rows with us, right? 5 rows in which we have, in 3 rows we have France, and in one of them we have India, and one of them we have China, right? So distinct values, how many we have? We have 3 values, which is France, India, and China is a distinct value. Unique is basically which values came only once. So India and China is only coming once. So unique values will be 2. Okay, distinct values will be 3. You got the point, right? That is the difference between distinct and unique in here. Now, if we look at the
people are asking for the repeat of this one. If we can just this process, we can repeat it when we move to the column profile and other thing on.
Yeah. So if you go to this, we selected the age column, right? And we go to the view tab. In view tab, we have column profile. Column profile gives you the stats, all the information about that particular column. What is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? Or how many distinct value we have? How many unique value we have? How many zeros are there? Null values are there, standard deviation, all those information we can get from this particular column profile information, right? So if you look at it, we have a minimum value of 18 and maximum value of 82 in age. Now, when we do the visualization and everything, we can't show all the age numbers, right? It will be too complex, right? So what we do is when we have multiple values in a particular column, we create bins for that or range for that. Like I'll give you an example. I will create a range of 20 to 30. 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. You might have seen the insurance policies also where we have the range defined and the premium defined for those age range, right? It's not for each and every year, it's for a particular range. That's how we're going to do the analysis here also, right? So for doing that kind of analysis, what we'll do is we're going to create a range on top of it. As of now, I'm just removing the column profile from here so that I have enough space to look at the particular column. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on age. We're going to go to add column. Okay. Now in add column, we have conditional column in here. So I will click on it. This window will open for you, add additional column. What I will do is I will change the name of it, which is age group. Okay. Now I'm going to select the age in here. What I want is basically age, first age is less than equal to 20. So I will select the operator as less than equal to value, which be 20 in here. And I will show it as less than equal to 20. Got it? Now I will say another age factor in here. I will select again age here, less than equal to Now I want the second age group 30, less than equal to 30. So it will be 21 to 30. I will mention in here. Okay. Again, I will go to age less than equal to, I will now put 40 and 31 to 40 in here. Age less than equal to 50, 41 to 50. Age less than equal to 60, 51 to 60. Age less than equal to 70, 61 to 70. Now we want another range which is above 70. Anybody can be there. So what we'll do is age, then greater than equal to, or we can say in here we can put greater than equal to 71, and it will be greater than equal to 71.
So there are a few questions coming up, like can you once again explain distinct and unique value? Swati Agarwal has asked. And
okay. So distinct and unique is basically when I give an example, like we have 3 countries in place, like we have 5 rows and 3 countries, France, India, and China. Now France is coming in 3 rows, France, and then we have India, and then we have China. Okay. Now France is repeating 3 times, right? So when we calculate the distinct values, we have 3 values in place because France is also going to be part of it. France, India, and China, they have 3 distinct values. But unique values is what? Unique with the values which only came once in the data. So India and China, they're coming once only in the data. Then that means we have 2 unique values. Because India is also coming once and China is also coming once, then we have 2 unique values. Distinct values will be 3 because France is also going to be part of them. Okay.
So Ananda has asked, whatever we change in Power Query Editor, the original data in Excel will change or not?
No. The data is already loaded in the application. This data is already loaded in your application. There's nothing is getting changed in the file from where you actually get the data. Okay. This is the data which is already being added in your application. You're making the changes in it only as of now. Once the loaded is done. Okay.
And if possible, can you quickly run through how to add conditional column once again?
Yeah, okay. So once you go to when you have to select the age, then you have to go to the add column in here. Then in add column, you have conditional column option. You select that column, this window will open. Okay. Once this open window will open, you have to change the column name now because we are creating the group. So we'll name it as age group in here. Okay. Age group is done. Then we have to start adding the column name here and the operator. That's like what we are doing is basically if age is less than equal to 20, I'm creating a range which is like less than equal to 20. So all the age group which are coming till 20 age, that age of 10, 20 are going to be part of this particular range set or a group. Then I'm creating another group range which is of 21 to 31 where I'm putting age is less than equal to 30. The same I'm doing it for the 40, 50, 60, and 70. In the 70, beyond 70, what I'm doing is whatever is coming beyond 70, I'm putting as greater than. Is greater than or equal to 71 because 70 is already part of this one, right? Is less than equal to, is 70 is going to be part of this particular group. Now I have to 71 and beyond. I have to look at 71 and beyond. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to taking it as a greater than or equal to 71. That's what I'm doing here. Okay.
And so one more question, Nishandra just asked, where to check the recent change, like the applied status? Applied stats.
We're going to see the, sorry.
Where we can check whatever the recent changes that we are applying. Can we like see that or something?
I told you the applied steps. In the applied steps, you can actually, in the applied steps, you can actually have all the steps which are doing in the Power Query. You have already information already in there.
And if, for instance, people need to prepare dashboard, every week from updated data, in that case, do they need to modify or clean the data every week, or they can directly import the live link of the updated Excel?
Guys, once you have done everything in place, rules have been applied and everything. So if you can automate all those things, and actually it's going to load the data, it will transform the data and actually be published to your application right away. You don't need to worry about anything. It's just that you have to create an automate this thing, right? So once you have everything in place, you have actually transformed data and everything. Those steps are placed in the application. So every time you're going to load the data, it will transform it and actually be available in your visualization with the transformation and everything.
So Priyanka is asking, accidentally she clicked OK before completing and wanted to add one more row in the age grouping. So can she go back? How to go back and do it? I'll repeat, sir. She clicked OK before completing and wanted to add one more row in age grouping.
This thing. Can you see it? Added conditional column. I just now added. If you see the settings mark here, you click on it. The window will open. Got it? Okay.
Yes, sir. And one last query. Aditya Sharma is asking if you please explain the step in which the product column is added. It's not working for him.
1 second, guys. 1 second. Guys, if you actually just, I had a column with product, right? Products in there where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 values in there. If you just select on that, as of now, that column has been removed from my side. But if you click on that and go to your columns from example, if you click on it, right, it will take you to the first row where we have to type prod1 and put enter in there. It will take all the values from the product 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will add prod in front of it, each and every value. Okay. So once all those values are in place, there is a button. There are going to be 2 buttons in the top of it, which will say, okay, you want to process it or not. Just click on that okay, and that column will be created with you. What else you can do is you can always do one more method, which I just now showed to you for the churn status and everything. You can always do one thing. You can actually go back, change the data type to text also, and then replace its value using the replace values. For 1, you can write product 1. For 2, you can write product 2. For 3, you can write product 3, prod 3. And for 4, you can write product 4. That can also be a method you can use, right? Like in here, if I actually change it to replace value I want to replace, I can do that. Okay, I can write here 1 and just replace it with prod 1. I'm not doing it. I've already done it. I'm just showing it to you. And again, you have to do it for 2, 3, and 4 value as well. And that will change the value directly. Okay. This is another method which I did for churn status and all those things. You can apply it here also. Okay. Done. Good enough. Okay. Now, guys, we have done this thing for the age group, right? We have age groups defined now. What we can do is now we can do the same for the credit score as well. Credit score values are also where we have quite a range in here. If you see the column profile, you will see there is it starts from 376 to 850. A lot of values in place, right? We can't do the visualization on top of it. There are a lot of values, see in here, value distribution. So what we'll do is we'll create a range on top of it as well. Okay. What we'll do is, again, select it, add column and conditional column. Now it is a credit score group. Okay. Now I'm going to select here credit score, which is less than equal to, I would put it as 400. Okay. So less than equal to 400. This will be my first group, which I'm going to create. Then second, third, fourth. I'm going to create credit score, which is less than equal to, let's say, 500. It will be 401 to 500. Then we have less than equal to 600. This is going to be 501 to 600. $700. And then what we can do is above column we can do, right? We can go and just say greater than equal to 701, and just write those values greater than equal to 701. Okay. So data type for range will be, guys, I'm going to change it. Give me 1 minute. I will going to change the data type also for that. It will be text. Okay. So give me some time. You will be, it is all goes into sequence, right? So, okay. So once we click on OK, now I have 2 groups defined in here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change its data type. Now change type to text. And age group also, we're going to change the change type to texting. Okay, good enough. Now, once it's done, guys, see, there's a problem with the sorting in here. If you actually go and click on this drop down, you will see sorting and you will see all the values in here. It's showing me a list, maybe incomplete. What you can do is, if list is not showing the complete list, you can always say load more. It will show all the lists in here. Now, if I sort it by ascending in here, I sorted it. If you look at the values, I go back and load more, you will see that my less than equal 20 is coming down, right? It's not sorting it properly. Because in the text, it is not able to understand that which value should come first and which value should come next, right? So what we're going to do for this problem, because in the visualization, sometimes we need to sort the values as well, right? So what we're going to do, we are going to create a reference table or lookup table in here. Now, in our data warehousing on the data modeling, what we have is basically we have a fact table, we have a lookup table as well, which you call reference table and dimension table as well. What is a lookup table? It gives you the attributes of a particular like if you have a customer lookup table or product lookup table. So what are going to be attributes for a customer? It's going to be customer ID, it's going to be customer address, phone number. These are all the attributes of the customer. So lookup table is basically giving the specific information about a particular object. That's the same for the product also. Now, what is the fact table? Fact table is basically where we have the measures also involved. So we join the lookup tables with the fact tables. Measures can be, you can be sales, profits, quantity, unit cost, and all those things. That comes in your fact table. And how do we join the lookup table with the fact tables? Based on the IDs which we have from the lookup tables. Okay? That's how we join the table. I will show you the data model also afterwards. Just remember this thing. So now, usually what happens is we do have our reference tables defined in our data warehousing already. We just need to load it. As of now, we just had a one file we were using. So I'm going to show you, in case you don't have the lookup tables available in your data warehouse, you can create ones directly in your Power BI as well. So how are we going to do it? I'm going to go to customer data in here, right click on it, and then click on this reference. If you see this, there's an option here, reference. Right click on, just click on it. Okay. Now you can see that we have another table created for this, right? Now we are going to do is we are going to go to the age group. We want to create reference tables for age group and credit score group. So what we'll do is we're going to select the age group here. Okay, right click on it and select remove other columns, not remove other columns. It will remove all the other columns other than age group. So now I have only age group left in here. Okay. Guys, please remember, we need to remove other columns, not remove the age group. Okay. Once we've done that, we're going to right click on it again and we're going to remove duplicate. There's an option in remove duplicates. Please click on that. You will see values which are distinct now. Okay. Now name this particular table as age group. In here, I've changed the name as well. Okay.
Sir, if we can just recapitulate this process a bit.
Yeah, okay. So what you need to do is customer data, right click on it, click on the reference here. Okay. Once we have the reference table in place, we need to select the column for which we want to create the reference table. Let's say I am actually going to, I already did it for age group. Let me show it for the credit score group as well. I'm going to click on it, right click on it, and then remove other columns. Now I have only one single column left, which is credit score group. I'm again going to right click on it and remove duplicates because I want the distinct values in our lookup table or reference table. So I'm going to.
And sir, why are we changing the group data type to text? Payal is asking.
Because these values, range values, these are not numerical values something. It's going to come into text only. These are the values which are going to be taken as a text. It's greater than equal to and 601 to range we're showing. These are going to be part of a text only. This is the reason. Credit score group. Okay. Now it's not going to be sorted from here, guys. If I'm actually going to do it sorting, it's still showing me the same values, right? So what we need to do is basically, I have to create a conditional column again. Okay, in here, click on the add column and click on the conditional column in here. Okay, now I have to define here age group ID. I have to assign IDs to them so that they follow that ID for the sorting purposes. Okay. Now in here, I will check age group equal to, I have to put equal to, the value will be less than equal to 20, which I've actually put it earlier. And my position will be, ID position will be 1. Its ID will be 1. So that's how I'm going to create for the 7 values. Okay. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So let's start doing it, guys. It will be an exercise for you as well. We're going to select age group in each and every column name here. Okay. And the values we have to put in the value section is basically these values only, right? So next one will be 21 to 30. It will be 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, and then we have 61 to 70, and then we have greater than equal to 71. Okay. Now I have to give position to it. First one first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Done. When we put OK in here, you see the values are assigned now, right? I have to change this data type to whole number because it's a whole number now. So I'm going to change it to whole number. Age group ID is whole number now. I have to press the left key and bring it forward. Just select it and bring it forward. Okay, now age group ID is this one and age group is this one. If I'm going to sort it now, it is going to be sorted properly now. See? Good. Okay, let's go to credit score group as well, guys. Let's do the same for this also. I know you have understood, so let's try it out. I'm also doing it along with you. So let's do it. Let's go for the conditional column again. Now we're going to put is credit score group ID. How many values do we have here? We have 5 values. So let's 3, 4, 5. Let's put the value in here, which is first one is less than equal to 400. Then we have 401 to 500. Then we have 501, 600. Then we have 601 to 700. And then we have greater than equal to 701. Okay. Now we're going to put the values for the IDs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, good. We put OK. Now we have the IDs. Right click on it. Change type to whole number. Bring it in front. And then sort ascending. Okay. So now we have data is ready. We have transformed it, cleaned it, and everything in place. We have, if you look at it, we had tenure also in place, guys. But tenure only has 10 values, not more than that. So we don't need to actually make any changes in it, right? It's good enough. Okay. So let's do one thing now. Let's go to home. And in home, you will see close and apply option in here. Okay. In home, you have close and apply. So you just need to click on that. What it will do is it will make the transformation, it will do the transformation and everything and load the data again with the applicable changes. Now see, we have tables. We're showing here age group, credit score group, customer data. It's already showing right in the right side, right? This is our visualization pane or report view, you can say, right? This is the report view. On the left hand side, if you see, it is the report view we are in as of now. If you click on the second option, this is the table view. In table view, we will see the tables and the data in each and every table in place. If you click on this, age group or credit score group, you will see the data in them, okay? See, data is there, right? Okay. Now, below it, we have a model view. If you click on the model view, you will see properties in here. Just hide this window by click on collapsing it from here, okay? So now we have, this is our fact table. In this is our lookup tables or reference table, which we have for the credit score group, and this is a relationship. You will see one-to-many relationship we have. Because values are unique in these particular tables and it has multiple values in here. So that is the reason we have one-to-many relationship. If you want to change any relationship in between the tables, you can always go back to this option. You see on the top in the home, manage relationship, click on it. A window will open, which is a manage relationship in here, where we have age group and we have credit score group and everything. You can always edit it. There's an option below. You can see it. You click on it, you edit it. In editing, you can always change the option. You can always change the cardinality or the relationship between here, from here. Okay, I'm not changing anything as of now, but Power BI automatically detects the relationship. But somehow happens is that you don't agree with the relationship defined by the Power BI. So you can always go back to manage relationships and change the relationship as per the requirements. Okay, so I'm not doing anything as of now. I'm just wanting to show you how the things can be changed in here. Okay. I hope you understood everything as of now. Now, going back to report view. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create 3-4 measures. This is KPI or DAX, you can say it, which is your data analysis expressions. Okay. Go to the customer data in here, guys. If you open it, select the customer data, right click on it, and select new measure. Okay, it will open a small window in here. Okay, now what measure I want is basically number of customers. Okay, so what I can type is number of customers equal to, how you can find the number of customers? I can type count. Count is a function which is available in Power BI. And what I need to count is basically your customer ID. Okay, and close this window. Got it? Once I'm going to press enter into it, you will see on the right side in the customer data table, we have the measure defined now. Now, give you a little bit brief about how the columns are defined. You will see the attributes are not showing any icon in front of it, right? Age, whole number values, or the fixed decimal values, they have e sign, which is summation kind of a sign. That means you can do some calculation over top of it. That's the reason it is showing me as a e sign in here. If you create a measure in the Power BI, then it will show it as a calculated value, is a calculator in front of it. That means you have created this measure or KPI in your Power BI desktop. So I have created this one, number of customers. This is a whole number. So I have created this one, which is count of customer ID. I can change the name of it also. Like if I don't want to show it number of customers, I just want to show it as, customers only. So what I will do is I will remove the number of customers and just press enter again. Got it, guys? Now let's create another measure, which is you remember churn rate requires two values, right? Customers lost, total number of customers. We have created total number of customers. Let's create another measure, which is your customers lost. So again, we will select the customer table, data table, right click on it, and then we'll create new measure again. Now we will type customers lost is the name. Now what happens is we want the number of customers who are churned, right? Churned, where we're going to get it to churned is basically churn status, right? So we are putting a condition. For putting a condition in a calculation, we're going to use the calculate function in that. So I'm going to use the calculate function in here. In that, what I need to do is I need to count, right? I need to count. What I need to count? The churn status. All the customers whose churn status, right? So now I have to put the condition. I have closed the window. You will see calculate parenthesis count parenthesis. In parenthesis, I am putting the column name, which is churn status. I'm closing this thing for the count thing. Now calculate is not finished. It is still showing me in the red phase, right? So I have to put a condition in here. So what I will do is I will type a comma in here. Then I'm going to add a condition, which is going to be churned. Okay. And now I'm going to close the window. Okay. Now I'm going to put the enter. This is a whole number value. So it's showing me as a whole number as of now. Okay. So now you can see I have customers lost on the right side. Got it? Now I have to create. Guys, once this is done, just let me know so that I can create a third one.
So people are finding some errors, like it is showing error to them. If you can just repeat the last step.
Yeah.
Customer loss.
So basically, when we are going to do the calculate, remember it is showing you the error because your parentheses are not closed properly or something of that. So just look at the thing, right? When we actually do the count, let me repeat that. Calculate done, then we have count. When we start typing it, it will show us the functions below it, options on everything. So I'm going to do count. Which column I need to do? I need to select the customer data, churn status. And then I have to close the parenthesis for the count one. Now my parenthesis for the calculate is still open. I need to close it. So for closing it, first I need to give the condition. So how do I go into give the condition? First I need to type comma in here. Now I have to give the condition, which is your churn status, right? I need a churn status which is churned. I want to find those customers who are churned. So I'm going to give the column name, then equal to sign, then double quotes, C capital, H, URNAD. Close quotes, then parenthesis close. Okay. Got it, guys? Remember, there has to be a comma between the condition and the calculation you are doing, guys. Please remember that, okay? Okay, so once this is done, both the calculation is done, now we need to find the churn rate, right? So again, we have to do is customer data selection, right click it, and new measure. Here we will write churn rate equal to, now what you want is, on first we have to find the, we have to put the customer lost. So if I start typing CUS, it will show me both the matrix. So I will put customers lost, then the division sign, which is your this thing, divided by total number of customers. So I will again type CUS. It will show me the column names. This one I need to select now, which is your customers. Okay. Now I'm going to select the, this is done. Churn rate, I have to change the format to percentage because it's in a percentage format. On top, you can see the format. You can change it here. You can click on it, drop down, and you will select the percentage in here. Decimal, I will go with 1 decimal place. So I can change it from here as well. Okay. Now I have my 3 matrix ready. Churn rate, customers, customers lost. So if I want to check few things, guys, because once we actually have matrix created, we want to have a look at them before we make the visualization. So what we can do is we can always create cards, right? This is a card option you can see on the right side. Can you see? My browser is on the visualization part in here. In visualization, you will see card in here, right? I will select the card in here. When I'm going to select the card, you will see the option in here, fields in here. I can go on the right side in the table, select the column and drag and drop it in the field. So I have 10,000 rows. So it is showing me the right number in here, which is 10,000, right? Now, if I want to create another one, I want to check the customer loss and churn rate also. What I can do is I can either, okay, one thing you need to remember, always come out of the selection. So as of now, this card is selected. I need to come out of it if I want to create another card or another visualization or something of that sort. So now I'm again selecting the card option and I'm going to drop the customers lost in this option. Okay. Okay. Now again, third one, I have to drag and drop the churn rate. So if you see the values, it is coming correct, right? Because if you divide your 2037 values divided by 10,000, it is going to become across like 20.47. Got it, guys? Any questions so far, guys?
Yes, sir, we have received some questions. So basically, people are asking if we can please show the formula first you created for the first measure named as customer and where to write the code for calculations.
In here, when you click on it, no, see, when you are going to click on a customer table or something of that sort, you need to select that table because the column is going to, the table you're going to select, the column is going to be added in that table only, right? If you're going to select this age group and going to create a measure, the column will add it in this. But as of now, we want to create all our measures in customer data. So we're going to select the table, right click it, and then you will type the new measure in here. Okay. Once you click on the new measure, this window will open here. In this window, you have to type the name, first of all, the name of the measure, equal to sign, and the calculation part. Like in here, I'm doing the count of customers, right? Number of customers is, you can find it using the count function. So I did the count function, write it down, and then it will give me the options of all the columns I can use. So what column I need to use? I need to use the column customer ID. So I just selected the customer ID. And then I add the enter. Okay, you have to press your enter and then it will be added in your customer data. Then customers, then I did the customers lost. Customers lost, if you remember, I said we need to use the calculate function for that because we are adding a condition. Condition is basically that we want the customers, total number of customers who have churned, like who have left the business. So for that, we are putting the condition where the churn status should be churned. So first of all, I'm counting the customers, and then I am actually giving the condition which customers I want. I want the churned customers. So that is the reason I have actually had the customers lost. Okay.
And so what about the churn rate?
Churn rate. When you go to churn rate, if you remember, I said in the very beginning, churn rate is basically your customers lost divided by total number of customers. So I did customers lost divided by total number of customers. The matrix which I created earlier, I use the same ones only.
Okay. Participants, any other query you wish to ask, you can write in the chat box. We shall take the queries for this 5 minutes. Sir, people are asking why are we writing churn formula again after comma while calculating churn?
See, when we are actually, we are not, when we are creating churn rate, we are not putting any formula in here, guys. We just, is this the column which we created, the new measure which we created? It was the customer loss measure, first of all, divided by the total number of customers measure. When we created the customers loss measure, right? That calculation when we did, comma is defined because this is the calculation it needs to done. This calculation has to be done. But on what condition? So the condition we will put in the second half of it. On defining that condition, we have to put comma in between to tell Power BI that this is a condition. And this condition you have to use to calculate the calculation I provided in the very first value. Okay. So this is the calculation part. Then we have to provide the condition in the second part.
So there is a query, what if there is changes in dataset wherein any new columns are added or existing ones are modified? Should I format the data again in Power BI dataset?
So it is going to, so see, basically see, we have to again make some changes in it because otherwise we'll throw an error because the new columns are added. They will ask you, Power BI will ask you that do you want to add these columns on there? And you have to make the changes accordingly because sometimes what happens is we have some issues with the data as well or columns are added or everything. Then we have to make changes accordingly in the Power BI. Unless and until the columns are same, it's good to go. If the columns are getting added or something like that, so then we have to make the do the modifications and everything in the Power Query itself. Okay. Otherwise, if nothing is there, you can always automate also. Like sometimes what happens is when we create the applications and everything, right? What you do is you go to Power BI services, you automate, you put the triggers in place so that your applications get loaded once the data gets refreshed in database. Because when you go to MNCs and corporates and big companies, right, they have billions of records, right, guys? You can't just put it in place and just wait for it to get loaded. So what they do is at night, they put the triggers in place so that it automate the refreshing of the data in the data warehousing as well. And after the data warehousing is updated, you will actually have triggers which are being defined. Once it's updated, the trigger will be initiated for the applications load and everything. And everything will be ready. By the time you come back to your office, you will look at the reports right away because you have everything will refresh and everything. Right? If there's some issue or something happens, then it will throw an error. It will send out an email to you guys telling you that some errors happen so that you can rectify it immediately in between. So I have seen a lot of people waking up at around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock at night because they found some error. They got some error and the user wants the application in the morning. So they wake up at around 3 or 4 o'clock and resolve that error and get this thing done as soon as possible so that business user doesn't face that problem. Okay. So a lot of things, automation is very big thing, but the thing is sometimes the errors are there. Sometimes the files are not properly processed in the very first big stage. Something face this kind of issue initially, but we have to rectify when it's actually happens. So there's a lot of things which goes on in the backend. Okay. Any other question? Okay. Okay, guys, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me go back to the measures again. Let me give you a brief about all the measures which we have done so far. If you remember, we created 3 measures. First one is the customers, number of customers. How we did that? We actually created a count measure from that. Customers equals to count. We need to count the customer ID to get the number of customers in there. So we did create a measure out of it. I hope you have already done that. Number of customers. Okay. The second measure which we created was customers lost. How did we do that? Actually, by calculate function. In calculate function, we can actually add the condition as well in it. So how do you do that? Actually, we created a count measure, count of the churn status, then comma, and then we added a condition in place, which is for the churn status equals to churned, to give us the customers the bank have lost. Okay, that's how we created it. Just remember that we need to put a comma in between to provide a condition and the calculation in the very first beginning itself. Okay, the first element has to be the calculation, second element has to be a condition in here. Once this is done, we created another measure which was churn rate. Churn rate is nothing but the customers lost divided by total number of customers. It gave us the value of 20.4%. I hope we are on the same page as of now, where we have 3 measures already defined for us. Okay, so let's go and start creating our visualization. Let's do one thing. Let's create a donut chart. Okay, click on this donut chart here, guys. Click on it. Okay, now what you want to see is basically your customers, the number of customers as per your gender. So what I need to do is I need to first select the gender, put it in the legend, and then I need to select the customers here and put it in the value. Okay, so far? Okay. Now I have to create another dough chart. I want to see customers by activity status. As of now, I'm not making it visually appealing. We're going to do that afterwards. Let's create first of all, the graphs, and we will make it more visually appealing first. Okay. So what I will do is I've already selected it. What I can do is I can Control C and Control V. Control C is copy and Control V is paste. So I will do that. It will create another chart for me. I will just bring it down here. Okay. You need to select it, Control C, Control V. Then you need to drag one of the donut chart below. Okay. That's what I did as of now. So now I have one already done, customer by gender. Another is I need to make a change in here. Okay. So what I can do is now I want to say it by activity status. So what I want to do is I need to remove the gender from the legend first. I will remove it. And then I will select the activity status in the legend. Okay. Now let's go to this customer by gender. Okay. And if you see next to visualization, there is a icon, format your visual, right? Make the selection first, okay? Select the donut graph. Go to the visualization pane. In visualization pane, you have visuals, then you have formatting. Format your visual. Go to that. You will see legends, slices, detail label, rotation in here, right? Let's go to legend first. I want my legends to be on top. So what I will do is I will position. In position, I will go and select top center, so that my donut is a little bit better in shape now. It's bigger now, right? So I have added male and female. This is the legend. I put it in the top center. Okay, done. Now I'm already showing it customers by gender. I don't need this gender in place in here. So what I will do is, in the same legend, I will go to the title. If you see the title below, and I will just put it on off. I will just put it on off. So if you see, the gender is gone. It's only showing me male and female because gender is already coming on the top. So it's absolutely fine. Okay, you guys asked me initially, sir, why we are actually changing the name of the column where right away we can always do it afterwards. And I told you, you will understand it afterwards. Now see, when I'm actually adding the columns name in the proper format, I don't need to make a change in here or change the name in here. Like usually what happens is, if we go and go to the title, I need to type it again and again, right? I need to make the changes for each and every visualization. But if I make the changes in the column itself, then I don't need to make the changes in the title. It will take it automatically. It will actually have in proper format. Now it is showing me customers by gender. I don't need to make any changes in the titles and everything. Otherwise, what I need to do is, if I'm actually showing 6 visualization, I have to make the changes of title in each and every one separately. That will be a repetitive task for me and kind of a redundant. Okay. Got the point? Okay. So now customers by gender, this is done. Now what we will do is, in visuals only, slices. You see the color in slices? I can change the color of it. Okay. In here, let me take this one. Oh, nice. Okay, nice. Or you can change color of this one to something yellow, something of that sort. Okay, your choice. As per you want. Okay, you can do that here. Slices is done. Now I want to give this title. I want to bring this title in the center, right? So now this is for the visual. Visual is this one. Okay. Okay. Now labels and all those things. Now I have to make the changes in the background and the name. How can I do that? I can actually go to the general in here. If you go to the general, I can see the title in here. Go into the title. And then you will see customer by gender in here. What I will do is, I will make it a little bit mold. Okay. And I want it in the center. So I will come down. You will see there's a horizontal alignment in here, guys. As of now, it's left aligned. I need to put it in the center line. So it will come in the center in here. Got it? In the title, if you go to title, you will see the heading. You make it bold. You can change the color as well. We're going to change the color. Give me some time. I will actually show you how to do that. And then we have the horizontal alignment. I want it in the center, so I just set it the center in here. Once this is done, let's change the background. So what I will do is, I will go to effects. If you see in the general, you have an effects option. Go to the effects and let me change the background color. Which one is a good one? Let's do this one. Oh, or something more. No, it's too dark. Let's do this one. Is it? Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. Now my colors have changed. Like, we are not able to see the values and everything, right? What we can do is, let's do one more thing before we actually go down the values. As of now, you see this is a complete square, right? I want to add a shadow in here. So what I will do is, I will actually go back and keep it in the general. In the effects, you see there's a shadow. If I on it, are you seeing the shadow in here? It is actually able to show you the shadow. If you want to keep it, if you don't want to keep it, it's your choice, but you can always make it a little bit more visually appealing by adding the shadow in here. You can add color to it as well. Okay. If you want to add a color, particular color, it will show in this thing, Like, see, it's quite visually appealing, right? You can actually add blue only, like something of that sort, right? So you can do that, okay? You can add a shadow. Now, for the values, my title is showing in black. Let's change it to white, because on the dark color, white would be much more suitable. So what I will do is, I'm going to go in the general, I'm to go into title. In the title, if you remember, we had an option of text color, right? In the text color, I will select the white, okay? And then for the other part values, what we're going to do is, we're going to go to the visual, because these are part of the visuals. So now legend value is showing in gray. We have to change the legend values text color to something else. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go to legends. In legend, we have text. In text, we have color. So we can select the white value. It's showing the female and male. Now for the data labels, I will go to detailed labels. In values, I again need to select the white value here. Okay. So first you need to do is legend. In legend, you will see the text. In text, you need to select the white color. Then in the detail labels, you have to go down. In the values, you have to select the white color. So now you can see it's actually quite visible now, right? It's more appealing also. Rather than the white one, it is much more appealing. It's showing shadow also. Done so far, guys? Okay, good. Now let's do one thing. We can copy the formatting from this to this one also. What we can do, how we can do that? We can select this one, this donut chart, go to format painter and select the format painter and just click in here. See, it has copied all the formatting. It's just that we need to change the color of the donut if you want to do that. Now let's change the color of the donut chart here. How we can do that? You try to do your own, guys. This is my colors. You can always choose your own colors to make your own graphical view, something of that. So you want to do, you can always do that. Okay, it's your choice as you want to do it. So now if I go into, I don't like this dark color and blue color. So what I can do is I can go to the, where I need to go. This is the visual part, right? For visual part, I need to go to the visual part. For general purposes, background and the title and everything, we're going to go to the general part. So in visual, I am going to go to the slices, because these are the slices part. And in there, I can actually select the different graph altogether. Let's say I will say pink and blue. Got it? Good. Okay. Now what we want to do is, basically we want to see our customers and churn rate by the groups we have created, age group and the credit card score. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's create a different chart altogether. Let's create a line and clustered column chart. Okay. First come out of it. Okay. You don't have, there should not be any selection. Okay. We need to come out of it. We need to click outside on the wallpaper or the background page. Okay. Then we have to select the line and clustered column chart. Okay. What we need to select here? What do you want to see? We want to see on the basis of age group. So I'm going to select the age group here on the x-axis. And what matrix or KPIs I want to see? I want to see the number of customers. Number of customers I'm going to put in the column y-axis. And line, for line purposes, line y-axis, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the churn rate. So if you see if I have actually made the right column names. I've actually changed the column names during the Power Query. Now I don't need to change anything. This is showing me pretty clear that what I'm showing is customers and churn rate by age group, right? Good. Now the thing is, just Guys, raise the thumbs up if you've actually been, if you already covered the two donut chart and right now you're on the same page I am. Good. Okay. If you see, these are not in order, right? These are not sorted and everything. Now we have to sort it out also, right? So what we need to do is basically, let's go to, remember one thing, guys. I have taken the age group from the age group table. I have not taken from the customer data. I have taken it from the age group table. So you remember to take it from the age group table only. When you're going to do it, x-axis is going to be age group from the age group table. Okay. Customers and churn rate will come on the customer data side. Got it? Now, I want to sort this out. What I need to do is in the age group table, I have an age group column. Click on it. Okay. When I click on it, I will see column tools in here. In columns tool, I will see sort by column. In sort by column, now I have to do is I have to tell it by which column I need to sort. So I need to select age group ID because I need to sort it by age group ID, not age group. Because age group doesn't sort it properly. So I need to select in here age group ID. Okay, once this is done, if you see on the chart, I have 3 dots in here, guys. Click on that, these 3 dots. Okay, click on these 3 dots. There's an option which is sort axis. Once you go to sort axis, you will see age group. Select that, please. Age group. You again have to go back. As of now, it is sorted by descending. We need to sort it by ascending. So we need to select the sort ascending in here. Now, our data is properly sorted. Got it, guys? What we need to do is, we need to go to age group. We have to select age group column in here. It will open the column tools. We have to go to sort by column. We have to select age group ID in here. Once that is done, we have to go to the chart. In the chart, we have 3 dots on the top. We have to select that. In that, we have an option of sort axis. In sort axis, we have to select the age group. Once that is done, you again have to go back to the 3 dots. Sort axis, you have to select the sort ascending. Okay. Now this is done. Let's create another chart. What we can do here is, guys, we can actually make some changes, modifications into it also, right? Like if going to the visual, I want to, once you go to the visual, and you see there's a columns in here, right? If you select the columns, it will show you one color as of now, which is blue, right? We can change, we can actually have multiple columns. How do we do that? Click on this, show all. Now what it is showing is the groups we defined earlier. You remember we have less than equal 20, 21, 30 and all those things. Right? As of now, it is showing the same color for all of them, but we can change that. How we can do that? We can always keep this one as blue, 21 to 30, we can change it to pink. 31 to 40, we can change it to orange. 41 to 50, we can change it to yellow, something of that sort. Then other one we can use as pink. And you can always go to more colors also, right? We have more colors in here. I can go to green in here. It is showing me green. And then I can select another column as well. So you see, we have different colors altogether, right? And where do you find it? In the column section, in the visuals. Okay, in the visuals, go to columns, then colors, show all. In show all, you can actually change the colors and everything in place. Okay. You can also show the markers, guys. If I click on the markers, you see that it is actually showing me the points in here. That looks good also. Okay. We can always show the data labels also. If you see, the values now are coming on these things, right? All the data points and everything, we can always do that. As of now, it is looking a little bit cluttered, so I'm just going to remove it, but I just wanted to show you how you can actually put the data labels also. If sometimes customers ask for the data labels, you can always select this option. Okay. Got it? Got it? Now, see, you have a secondary y-axis, which is the churn rate, right? As of now, churn rate is showing me as a 0 to 60% only, right? But I want to see it from 0 to 100%. How you can do that? I need to select the secondary y-axis. And if you go to the range, it is showing me auto as of now. I can change it to 0 and 1. I can always do that. Okay. So now if you see, it's 0 to 100 is showing me, right? You can make the changes as per your requirement. And that is in your secondary y-axis. Now I want to change the background to this color. How do I do that? To make in align with the other graphs, I need to make the changes. So how do I do that? I need to go to the general section. If you remember, in general, I have to go to the effects. And then in effects, I need to change the color to this one. Now title, I need to change it to white color. Of course, as I mentioned, this is a white. I want it to be bold and I want it to be in the center. So I will just put it in the center. Got it? This is for the background and the graph title, which we find in the general part. For the visual, to make the white values, how do we do that? For the x-axis, you will see age group is showing in black. I can go to the x-axis. In x-axis values, I will put it as all the values are coming in white. And the title also, I want to see it in white. So I will just select the white. So age group is also coming in white. The same I need to do it for my other axis as well. In the y-axis, again, I have to go. Okay. Values in the white. And title, it has to be in white as well. So I will select the color as white. Secondary y-axis, same. Values has to be in white. And the title, it has to be in the white as well. Okay. Now legends, legend has to be in white as well. So, and then it has to be in the center, top center. So I'm going to select the top center in. Good.
Sir, participants have asked if there is any option to rearrange the age group.
Rearrange the age group for what? Like, sorry.
The question is this much. Is there any option to rearrange in the graph? Rearrange the age group in the graph.
Rearrange in the graph, we can always do the descending and ascending, because see, usually we can do that. We can rearrange it as per our need, as per the customer also, as the churn rate also. But the thing is, whenever you actually go to a customer, you always want to show it in a proper order. It has to be either in the descending order or the ascending order. You should keep it in a proper format so that they can actually, otherwise, if it's in jumbled up, it will be very difficult to analyze and get the insight of where the values are coming in, right? Sometimes 20 values coming in at the end, 80 value coming in the beginning. It doesn't give you the right insights, right? But when you look at the visualization, when you look at a graph, right away, you should get the insights from it. Within the first 10 seconds, like in here, I don't need to go anywhere. I just need to look at this value in the line in here. I can see the 51 and the 60 range has the highest churn rate. Right away, I can see without even looking at the values below, right? I just need to look at this value and just go in here. Otherwise, if my values are jumbled up, it will be very difficult for me to actually go from one value to another value, which value is giving me the range, which range is coming there. So it is always better to arrange it in a proper order, either ascending or descending, if there are multiple values in place.
Okay. So the participant has tried it, but it hasn't come in that order.
Right. So what I told you is very easily, like if you remember, you have to bring the age group from here, from the age group table only, to the x-axis first. Once you do that, you have to select it and go to sort by column, and you have to select the age group ID in here. Once you select the age group ID, you have to go to the back to the graph, select on the 3 dots, sort axis, you have to select the age group. Once you select the age group, you again have to go back to the 3 dots and you have to sort the axis by ascending order. Okay, this is the way to do that. Okay, now guys, let's go back and create another chart. Which I want to do? Let's create an area chart. Okay, or let's do this one, clustered bar chart. Okay, so I need to come out of this. As of now, this is selected. I need to come out from it. Now I have to select the clustered bar chart. Now what I need to select? I need to select the y-axis. Y-axis is basically my, I have to go to the customer data. And then I have to do it by credit score. So I have to select from the credit score group. Credit score. And then on x-axis, I want to see customers. Okay. And then churn rate. Okay. Now, if you see, my churn rate values are not coming properly, right? Right. So what I can do is, you see that my credit code score is coming in here. First, what I need to do is I need to sort the values. So what I need to do is I need to go back to credit score group, select it, sort by column. I need to sort it by credit score group ID. I have to select the credit score group ID in here. Then I have to go to the 3 dots. If you remember, 3 dots, sort axis, and by what? Credit score group. I need to sort it. And I sort it by ascending. I want it. So I will select the ascending. As of now, it is descending. So it will show me this way. Okay. Now let's make it a little bit visually appealing. How do we do that? Let's go to bars in the visuals. Let's go to the bar in the visuals and select some color. This color and churn rate, I can keep it as something of that sort. Or it's too much, this thing. Yeah, it's better. What else we can do is we can actually have legends. Legends we can do is top center, as we have all the values in the center. And from the x-axis point of view, if you go into x-axis, guys, you will see the values are not coming for the churn, right? We need to turn on the logarithmic scale. So logarithmic scale, what it does is, as of now, it is showing me values in 1000, 1K, 2K, 3K, and 4K, right? But if I want to see the actual values, 100 and all those things, I need to open the logarithmic scale. Sometimes the values are not available in the 1K, 2K, 3K, 4 values. So we can actually put on the logarithmic scale so that we can actually see the lower values as well. And that's what we are seeing as of now in the churn rate. Okay. Once this is done, what we can do is the same thing. We go to the general. In general, we will put the effects background. In the background, what color we chose earlier, we're going to choose the same. Okay. And shadow we can add If you want to, shadow can be a lighter versions, which will give me shadow in here. Title I need to change. Title I need to make it bold, make it into white, and in the center. Okay. Now I have to change the same for the in the visual as well, for the y-axis, x-axis, and the values and stuff. So where I do that, I'm going to do that using the visual pane in here. I'm going to do that the y-axis, change the color to white, values, and do the same for the title as well. Y-axis is done. Same for the x-axis, values in white, and title again in the white format. Now legends are not visible, so we'll do the same for the legends as well. Text in white. Got it, guys? Please give your thumbs up if you actually, so far so good. I hope I have actually tried. I'm actually tried to cover a lot of things, guys. From the basics, from the data cleaning and everything. I hope you're actually learning a lot of things. Okay. Now let's do another chart. Now let's do a area chart. Okay. We want to see customer and churn rate by products. Or we can say we are doing it by, let's do by products only. Okay. So if you see, I've already selected this chart, area chart, which is in here. Now I have to bring product to x-axis, and then customers to y-axis, and churn rate to secondary y-axis. Got it? So product, I've selected the area chart. Products I have here. Then customers in the y-axis, secondary y-axis, we have the churn rate. Okay. You can always go back, make the changes the same which I did earlier. I can go back to the general effects. In effects, I will choose the same background because to keep it aligned with the other graphs I have. Effects is done. Then title, I will make it bold, make it in white, and put it in the center. You can do your settings, guys. I already did it for other two, so you can try it on your own. What I taught you just now. In general, you have to do is proper effects and title. In effects, you need to select the blue color of the background, and title you have to select the white color and put it in the center. Okay. Then let's come down to visual. In the x-axis, we have to give the values to white. Okay. And then title as well. Title we need to select as white as well. This is done. Then we go to y-axis. In y-axis, values, white, and title, white. Same for the secondary y-axis, values, white, title, again white. What else you can do? We can, once this is done, you can go to the below section. There's lines in there. Earlier, you might have seen that there were bars, columns were there. We were actually making the changes to the colors. Now we have lines in here. So in the lines, we have colors. So in colors, in lines, we have colors. If you go to the lines, we have colors in here. We can always change the color. So we can choose this thing, something of that sort, okay? And then shaded area. Below color, we have shade area. Guys, you have done so far? I can wait for 1 minute if you want to do it. Okay. Then in the shade area, we can always have the transparency. As of now, you see the 60% transparency. We can still see the grid lines below, right? These are the grid lines. If you see, you can see the grid lines. If I actually move it to 0%, it will completely, it won't be transparent, okay? So we need to keep some transparency so that it looks a little bit nicer, okay? So it is showing me the shaded area, but it is also showing me the grid lines behind it, okay? So you can always change the settings here if you want to do that, okay? Now I have to change the legend also. So legend, I need to keep it in the center, top center, and I need to change the text as well, text to white. So this is what we have. Good. Now let's create another chart in here. Let's create it by product we have done, credit score group, age group is done. Let's do it by, what else we have left with? Country. Let's do the country. If we bring the country in here on the x-axis, customers on the y-axis, and churn rate also on the y-axis. Okay. So now we have 3 countries, but we are still not able to do see the churn rate. So the same thing which we did for, if you remember, for in the customer churn rate by credit score group, we actually put on the logarithmic scale. We are going to do the same here as well. And the same settings and everything you can do on your own. You can go to general. You can go to effects. You can change the background to blue. Title. Make it bold. In the white color. And in the center. Once general settings are done, you can go to the visuals. In x-axis, you can always select the white color for the values and the title as well. Okay. Once x-axis is done, do the same in the y-axis as well. Open your logarithmic scale first of all, so that your churn rate values are visible in here. Now we can see the values. If you see, the bars are quite visible now. You need to change the values to white in here, guys. Values are done. Then we need to do it for the same for the title. It should be in the white as well. Okay. Once this is done, we will have our legend in here. In legend, the same thing, top center, and text should be in white. So it is clearly visible now. Other thing which we need to do is, here we did it for the lines, here we did it for the bars. Now what we are seeing is basically the columns in here. So we need to go to the columns in here and we can change the colors here. So what colors I want? As of now, I'm not liking any of the colors. So what I can do is I can actually go to the more colors option. I can select a good one in here. Or I can do this one. This is good. And what else I can select? More colors. And I can give some more. Or should I do it this way? Or should I do it this one? Let's keep it this way. You can choose your own colors, guys. I'm just putting it randomly, any color, something of that sort, right? It all depends on your company to company. Sometimes companies, they want to follow the general color scheme which they have in their companies. They want to use that color scheme. They provide you with the numbers as well. What color scheme is there. So they will actually provide you with the details. Right? I just wanted to create something for you so that you can actually understand, right? So this is how things are, guys. Now, if I want to change the background area altogether in here, what I can do is I can actually go to view section on the top. If you go to view section, so far so good, guys. Okay, now I can go back in the view section. In view section, you will see there's on the left side, you will see the themes, right? In the themes, if you go down, you will have customize current theme. Click on it. Okay. In here, you will find there's a page option in here. In the page background, if you go to the page background, you can actually select the color. If you want, what color you want and for your background and everything, you can always choose that, okay? So this is what I selected. And I said, okay. So now my background color has changed to dark blue. Okay. Now I want to change these things also, right? The cards which I used earlier, I need to make it a little bit more visible as well. So I go to this place, call it value. I put it in white. As of now, category label, I need to put it in white. In general, effects, I need to put it into blue. This is good. It's in line with what we have already, right? What else I want to do? I want to just remove this one as of now. I want to create a gauge chart, right? So gauge chart, what I need to do is basically, I need to, if you see on the visualization side, I have a gauge in here. I need to select that. Now, when you have a gauge chart, it will ask you multiple values. It will ask you value, minimum value, maximum value, and the target value. So for the churn rate, we only have the data which is available as of now with us is churn rate, right? But we don't have anything defined for the minimum churn rate, maximum churn rate, or your target churn rate. So for having those values, what we need to do is we need to go to the home section first. In the home section, you will see there's a transform data option, right? If you click on it, and click the transform data, it will take you back to the Power Query editor. Are you here, guys? In Power Query? Okay. Now I need to add 3 columns in here. Okay. With 3 values. What you're going to do is first go to add column. Okay. In add column, you have custom column in. Just click on that custom column. It will open a window for you, which is your custom column. Let's name it as min churn rate. Put its value as 0 because we want to see the scale from 0 to 100%. So it will be in percentage value. Let's put it as a 0 value as of now and click OK. So you will see the values are coming at 0 as of now. We have to change it to percentage. Right click on it, change type, and then percentage. It's a 0% showing. Now again, I have to create another custom column, guys, which will be max churn rate. Maximum should be 100%, so we'll put in value as 1 here. And put OK. Now again, I have to change it to percentage. So right click, change type to percentage. It will be 100%. Now we have 3 values ready. Minimum value is ready, maximum value is ready, churn rate is ready. Now I want this target value. So again, I have to create the custom column. Target churn rate. Every company has a target churn rate defined for them. As of now, I'm taking a rough value, which is 0.15, just for the sake of showing you. I'm taking it as a 15% target churn rate. If anything is beyond it, that means that's an area of concern for me. Okay. So I'm putting it value as a 0.15, which is going to be 15% if I'm going to convert it into percentage value. Okay. I'm going to say OK. Right click on the column, change type, and percentage. So it is now 15%. So far, so good. Okay. Now go to home and close and apply. It will apply the changes. It will add the columns in my customer data. Done. See? So now I can select my God chart. I can add the values in here. I will select the churn rate in the values. I will add the minimum churn rate in the minimum value, but it was showing me as sum. So I need to change it to minimum. By click on this drop down arrow, I need to click on it and it will show me the options. I will select the minimum in here. Then maximum in the maximum value. What you want to do, you can actually do. Now it is showing me this thing. Okay. Now I don't need the title. Its title is a little bit cluttered. So I can just remove the title in here. I can just go into the general part, remove the title in here. Okay. Put the effect in place, background color as the one which I already have. Visuals, I need to change. I need to change the colors. Something of that sort, green or pinkish, anything you can check. And data labels, I need to do it by selecting it to white. Data labels is done. Target label is also white. And then call out value has to be white as well. So that will be white as well. So now you see I have a chart which is quite visible and good enough. So you can do that. I can just add one more thing in here and then we can actually wrap up, guys, in the next 5 minutes. Okay. We can add two things, a title, and then we need to add a slicer in here. Okay. For the slicer part, guys, you can, if you go to the visualization, right, you have an option in here with a funnel. If you see slicer, I just add a slicer in here. Okay. And in slicer, I want with respect to the churn status. So I will add the churn status in the field area. Okay. I will short it down like this, values. And I want to change the visual of slicer. So what I can do is I will go to slicer setting. As of now, it's a vertical list. If you go to slicer setting, you have an option to change it to drop down. So see if it's changed to drop down now. Okay. Right. Slicer header is there. Let me change it to white because I'm going to change the general settings to blue for the timing. It's going to be changed to blue. Background is done. Visual, I need to change. I already changed it to white. Slicer header. And then values, I need to change it to white as well. I can change it to white. Background, I can change it to blue or light blue in this case. So you see, now I can see the values very clearly. I can just select the ones what I need and everything. It's in blue color. It's in align with the whatever we have. I can just put it here. Just gauge also and just align this as well. Now let's do one last thing. Insert and insert a text box. In text box, I can write churn analysis. Customer churn analysis I've typed, I've selected it. Sorry. I can change its font. I can make it in Sergio bold. Then 28. Color, I can put it as white, bold, and this is how we can actually do it. Make it a little bit down and just make it into a little bit off. Let's do one thing. Let's delete this one first of all. Let's create a shape. Let's insert a shape first. Let's do one thing. Let's do a shape, rectangle. This thing. Let's put it here. And let's insert a text box. Let's type customers churn analysis. Control A. Put it to 28 size. Bold, bold, the white color. Okay. During time of like this is right. Okay. Sorry, we have time constraint. We are already at the end of the range. So I think you have already covered, got the point of like you can actually create this kind of a chart. Also, it was quite, I did it from a scratch and all those things I covered. So I hope you have learned how you can make the changes, how you can use the graphic visualizations, graphs and everything, how you can change the formatting and everything from the each and every axis, from the background, background of the complete report and all together. So this is how it's different from what we shared with you on the PPT, but we wanted to show you like how it can be done in a different way altogether. So I think it hoped all well. Any queries you have, guys, you can actually put in your chat section. We can actually cover that in the next 5-10 minutes we have with us. I hope you have learned from it. Guys, it is important because thing is, see, Power Query, if you want to make the transformations and everything, right, cleansing and transformations can only be done through Power Query. And sometimes we don't get what we want from the data warehouse database. So we have to do some modifications in the data in the Power BI itself. So Power Query is useful in that case. Nothing? How many hours, sir? Sorry. Whether you are a business analyst, data scientist, or decision maker, acquiring Power BI skills can similarly boost ability. Absolutely. So Pradeep Pandey is saying that. Yeah, it was my duty to actually share with you how the data cleaning and destructuring is done, guys, because that is part of the Power BI. We wanted to do it from the scratch. So that is the reason we actually created from, this session from the scratch, each and every part we wanted to cover with you so that you have you can understand that it is not very difficult. People, it's a learning curve. A lot of people, they are afraid of actually using Power BI and they're afraid of, they just are quite satisfied with the Excel part, but it is not that difficult. If you actually take a classes well, you can actually learn more advanced level as well, because there are a lot of advanced visualization as well, which are quite easy to learn. If you have that, if you learn that, this is, it's quite easy. If you can see that in the last 2 hours, your knowledge has increased tremendously, right? How Power BI getting used, how cleaning and all those things can be done. So absolutely, it can help you out.
Additionally, you can download the data from Kaggle or data.gov or Maven for doing
Your
practice.
practice, yeah.
Right. And just coming on the next slide, what we feel since there are multiple job opportunities available with respect to by learning the Power BI, but what I just want to summarize the what we have learned last 3 hours, that Power BI is enabling us to create a very compelling visually dashboards, reports, which are very quite good for us in enabling a quick decision making for us, as either we are in sales or marketing or in consultancy or any of the fields, or we are working currently. And since Power BI are being used extensively now in each of the areas, is what we have felt as a Grant Thornton. We have seen a lot of people joining our programs, which is of since in the last 3 years you have learned only 20% of what Power BI is, right? And what I can say, and I think Sumit, we can just give heads up on that as well. Whatever we have learned is 20% of exactly Power BI. So we have, as an Grant Thornton, as an LearninGT, when we have given introduction about what we do, as an we do a lot of training programs where we are designing and delivering all these training programs ourselves. And Power BI, we have designed a 20-hour program on Power BI, which consists of large, where we are managing large set of data sets, right? Here you have seen one of the case studies of one of the banks we have taken up, but in that class we use multiple data sets of multiple sectors, which we train hands-on to the participants. And going by the what we deliver in these programs, you get access of our Grant Thornton LMS for 1 year for all the 20-hour recording sessions. You get a real case studies, all course materials access with you. You get quizzes, assessments, all support are being given by the Grant Thornton team when you are joining our data visualization using Power BI program.
So basically, guys, what we're going to see, there are a lot of data cleansing process still ending with, we have just shown you the basics ones which are actually required and everything, right? There are a lot of things which are be covered in Power Query. Then we have DEX calculation. DEX is a main part of Power BI, right? It actually includes a lot of calculation, different methods of calculating different time series and all those time intelligence functions. We have filter and value functions are there. We are covering visualization as well. We have a lot of visualizations which are ribbon, graph, decision tree graph, and all those things that are advanced visualization, which we cover in our sessions, which we have in there. Then we can actually show you how to publish those reports, publish for the users. And, we can actually create dashboards on top of the reports we are creating and how we share it with the users. So those kind of information you can actually get from these classes we're going to for the next, 4 days we have, 4 sessions we have. So that it will be much more informative for you guys. Right now, I have just covered the 20% of it. There are a lot of things you have to learn, 80%, which is still pending. And if you actually, come with us, we actually learn those things. We are with you. We are actually going to share a lot of information with you, with the use cases also in there, so that you can actually go back and work right away in your companies, and you can actually help out with your interviews as well. And you're actually going to give the interview because you have done your use cases, you are informative, and you have done your visualization as well. So you can always be prepared for interviews for your jobs as well, right? For your
We're
companies.
starting this. We're starting the sessions from 10th of February, next Saturday. It would be the weekend classes purely only, and we have already trained a lot of people in the last 6 years on the Power BI and the multiple training programs which we are doing. Apart from Power BI or this program, we are doing program on data analytics using Python. We are doing program on IFRS. We do program on Indias, we do program on GST. We have multiple programs which we have designed within what are the timings? I think Surbi can help us on the timings and the schedule of the classes. Surbi?
Sure, sir. We are coming up with a live batch of financial modeling as well, which is very much in
Oh,
demand these days. Financial modeling and valuation. We are starting a batch from 17th February itself. We have this data visualization using Power BI batch starting from 10th of February. We have an IFRS training coming up from 10th of March. It's all Saturdays and Sunday sessions. Timings will be 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't worry, guys, all sessions are recorded as well. And you'll get the recordings of each of the live sessions. As sir has mentioned, primarily you get access to our learning management system for full 1 year period. So you have the access to all the video recordings over there. Let's suppose the class is on Saturday or a Sunday. By Monday, it's there on your portal, and you can view it from any device. You can view it from your laptop, your mobile, your tablet, and there is a support section also to help out with your queries. And there is no issue in number of views. You can view them, video lectures multiple times. And even if you complete the program, we still provide the access for full 1 year period so that you can repeat your sessions again and again as per your convenience, so that you have the full fledged learning that you wish to have, so that you can get the maximum ROI.
and this session which we're planning for this data visualization using Power BI starts at 10 o'clock in the morning and we'll wind up by 3 p.m., right? So
Yes, sir.
duration is 5 hours a day, and in 4 days you would be master of Power BI. And this
Yes.
program is helping us for everyone, as I mentioned, starting be it a finance professional or accounting or sales or marketing or consultancy. This program, this Power BI is helping us in analyzing and making a better visual report for insights.
Yes, sir. Just to add one more point, we are taking it from scratch, so you can get your doubts clear then and there from the trainer itself. You have your 4 days, Saturdays and Sundays. So let's suppose you have Saturday, Sunday session 10th and 11th. You get your recordings on 13th itself, and you can start even practicing for the week, and then you have another set of session ready for you for the next weekend. So we have covered you from all the points, whether you're missing your anything, you want to revise it again, don't worry about that. We're there to help you.
If you are this pricing which you are mentioning 5999 is just for the next 1 hour only. We would not be able to extend this pricing beyond today. By 2 p.m. post 2 p.m. this would not extend. Would request, if you're looking to enroll for the 4-day masterclass program on data visualization using Power BI, you can definitely scan and join this program. And this, I think we have started receiving certain payments, which although I can't share the screen right now, which people are doing. But yes, thank you, few people for enrolling right now. And we will definitely, our team would be in touch with you, where we will share you the invite for the program. And these are purely live online program which we deliver through Cisco WebEx platform. And you, as Storby mentioned, you will get LMS access for 1 year, where all the recorded videos of those programs would be available for you to go through and to revise the to be an expert in Power BI, will say in that case.
So participants, if you have any other queries that you wish to ask, your time is now. You can definitely ask us your queries right now. We have told you the timings in the weekends are 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it's on Saturdays and Sundays. And the sessions are starting from 10th of February. It'll be 10, 11, 17, and 18.
And definitely there are people asking for the certificate. You will definitely get a certificate for this masterclass. But yes, if you're attending that 4-day program, you are getting a certificate of completion for the program. This would be certification of participation only in this masterclass. That is a certificate of completion via mail. Yes, definitely will get a mail.
Yes, you'll get a course completion certificate after those 4 sessions. You need to take a small assessment, pass it with 50%, and you're there certified by Grant Thornton that have completed the entire training.
So duration of program, as someone has asked again, it is a 4-day program, 20-hour duration only, where we're taking Power BI and starting at 10 and closing by 3 p.m. on that day.
Yes, and you'll have intermittent breaks also. Don't worry about that. And it's a complete 20 hours program. Any other queries you want to ask? We have even mentioned our LearninGT website link. You can even explore our other programs, what we as Learning Academy is providing. It's in the chat box, so everybody can see.
Thank you. Almost we have received 15 payments for this program. Thank you everyone for making the payments. Team will be in touch with you for the free advanced Excel course and sharing the details of the program with you as well.
Yes, those who have made the payment, please share your screenshot also on the WhatsApp number being provided on the chat box. Anything else you wish to ask?
I think which we can I think we can wind up Surabhi now, and thank you everyone for the weekend time you spent with us. I hope we were able to justify and share the insights of the program, and we are able to give you the reason to justify the joining or morning weekend with us. And hopefully the recording would be provided to everyone for this program. And if you have scanned this one, it's good. You can take the snapshot and make the payment in the next 1 hour with us as well, because this link would expire by 2 p.m. And thank you everyone for the program, for joining us. And Sumit, thank you for giving a very, very insightful details and hands-on experience on this Power BI to everyone, including me, because I got a lot of insights, in fact, on Power BI. And we would definitely utilize within my working as well this one.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you everyone for
Thanks,
joining
Surabhi.
in. Thanks a lot, Sumit sir, Pradeep sir, for such a lovely and wonderful session. Participants, please join our WhatsApp community so that you are, updated with other updates as well. And all participants who have attended the complete 3-hour session shall get the certificate from Grant Thornton via email.
Okay.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
everyone.
Thank
you, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.